Now at 5 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, one person was confirmed dead in that 18-wheeler crash in Refugio Wednesday. Plus, 3 high school seniors in Colorado are now facing first-degree murder charges after throwing a rock at a woman's car windshield. So is seeing an influx of migrants with hundreds of people camping in the parking lot.
Well, after the stormy weather that came through overnight and early this morning, it's all pulled out offshore, and now we've got a little bit of sunshine for Friday, but not so much for Saturday, and we'll be talking about that coming up in a moment. Stay tuned.
Thanks, Mac. Plus, residents are on high alert in Hinds County as the manhunt continues for 2 escaped inmates. You're watching 25 News now at 5. Good afternoon and thanks for being with us. I'm Karina Garcia. James Munoz has the day off. We begin in Refugio when one person died after a crash Wednesday. The Refugio County Sheriff's Office said the train crash involving an 18-wheeler happened on U.S. Highway 77 just north of Hillcorp Gate. Refugio County Sheriff Raw Pinky Gonzalez told KIII that the driver of the semi-truck was not wearing a seatbelt. Sheriff Gonzalez said the driver was ejected from the vehicle. KIII reports the driver died as a result of his injuries. The DOJ is analyzing 13,000 pieces of evidence connected to the Robb Elementary School massacre. Authorities are working on a report into the botched law enforcement response in the mass shooting that killed 19 children and 2 teachers last year. More than 200 people were interviewed. The evidence collected will include videos and photos and interview transcripts and training materials. No date was set for the release of these findings. Authorities note this is not a criminal or civil investigation. Now, a homeless shelter near the United States-Mexican border in El Paso is seeing a massive influx of migrants. The facility is now over capacity and hundreds of people are camping outside in the parking lot.
Migrants sleeping on boxes under makeshift tents. Some tell me this is something they are used to. At times we would sleep just like this, how you're seeing, in the morning, night, or even cold temperatures. It's been tough, very tough. A mother of 3, but still grateful to be in the U.S. Like any mother, I am looking for happiness and a better life. It's hard, but not impossible.
But the reality of it is they're outside for one simple reason, and that we simply don't have physical space for them in the building.
John Martin, Deputy Director for the Opportunity Center for the Homeless, says they started coming Tuesday and are now at capacity and in serious demand for services.
Doing the best that we can with what limited resources we have, but we will tell you that it's not sustainable.
The city wants to avoid scenes like this, so officials are preparing schools elsewhere to shelter migrants to avoid having them on the streets. But some neighbors are not happy about it, concerned with the lack of communication from the city.
It brings the concern, what kind of control will they have, what kind of security will be provided for the neighborhood.
I wish the city would talk, it's just us neighbors trying to figure out what's going on, and I wish the city would come out and at least give us a note on the paper or knock on the door,
Neighbors tell me last December they witnessed the schools filling up with migrants near their neighborhood and was never contacted by the city on the security protocols taking place. One even taking matters into his own hands.
I put in floodlights, solar-powered floodlights, cameras, all of our hidden cameras, as well as a new security door.
The city tells ABC7 they will be reaching out to the impacted neighborhoods and have responded with this statement in part, quote, "If the 2 sites were to be mobilized again, as we have in the past, we would commit to heightened security measures such as 24-hour safety patrols, secured perimeters, and partition fencing in any location that is adjacent to an operating campus."
The Opportunity Center says demand for services has doubled. They're asking the community for food donations. Now, the Texas House approved a bill on Wednesday that would require social media platforms to get consent from a parent or guardian for children under the age of 18 to create a social media account. Consent will include a form, a toll-free telephone line, or a video conference call. And so the question for today's viewer poll is, would a verification process be effective in keeping minors safe online? line? Yes or no? We want to hear your opinion. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to participate, and we will have an update on 25 News Now at 6. And now let's take a look at your weather with First Warn Storm Team Chief Meteorologist Mac Bettis, who joins us now in studio with the latest.
Thank you very much, Karina. Good afternoon, everyone. Obviously, the stormy weather came through. It didn't do a lot of trouble for us. I mean, considering that up north they had 2 and 3 inch hail. We got the rain this morning. It all cleared up. We did get some hail around the area. We've got some pictures of that to show you. But most of this is all gone. And then we've got a pretty good looking Thursday night and Friday. But Friday night and Saturday is a whole different story. And we'll be talking more about that coming up in a moment. So stay tuned. We'll be back in just a minute. Karina, back to you.
Mac, thank you. Cuero Main Street was designated as an accredited Main Street America program for meeting performance standards. Cuero Main Street's performance is annually rated by the Texas Historical Commission to quality for accreditation. Communities must commit to building grassroots revitalization programs, strong public-private partnerships, growing economic opportunity for small business, and preserving historic places. Congrats to Cuero. Now, in other news, 3 high school seniors in Colorado are facing a charge of first-degree murder with extreme indifference. Investigators believe the seniors are responsible for killing Alexa Bartell.
Signs of grief pile along Indiana Street in Jefferson County. But in the days since these flowers were placed, something else has bloomed.
It was very exhilarating. It was good to know that they got somebody.
Nathan Tipton got word from investigators last night. The 3 teenagers they believe threw a rock at his car while he was driving last week were arrested. Tipton was headed south on Highway 93 when his car was hit. Investigators believe Alexa Bartell's windshield was struck a few minutes later.
Now, in hindsight, if I would have known what it was, I could have chased those guys down, and it might have saved her life. I, too, have a 20-year-old daughter, and so, God, that would just kill me.
Alexa's family got the news in the middle of the night. 3 18-year-olds were arrested on a first-degree murder charge. They're all seniors in high school. They're all from her hometown.
They just didn't have any thought process about who and how they can hurt somebody. And now they're definitely gonna get the feel of their actions now.
It was important for us not just to identify these suspects for Alexa Bartell's family and all of the victims, but we were also concerned that this was a crime series that could potentially happen again if they weren't identified.
A memorial for Alexa continues to grow, and while these flowers will one day die, the grief that put them there will always live.
I can't imagine what that family has to go through.
The father of Joseph Koenig was arrested while authorities were trying to take Joseph into custody. He was charged with obstructing a police officer and was released on bond. A judge has put off a decision on whether the Massachusetts Air National Guardsman accused of leaking highly classified military documents should be in jail until his trial. Prosecutors said 21-year-old Jack Tishra kept an arsenal of weapons and said on social media he'd like to, quote, kill a ton of people. During the hearing, the judge did not seem too convinced about his defense attorney's arguments. Residents in Raymond remain on high alert as authorities continue to search for 2 escaped inmates from a detention center. Authorities have captured 1 near Houston.
Raymond residents still on high alert after 3 of the 4 escaped detention center inmates are still running free.
I'm scared for my family. I've got, 3 grandchildren that are right here in town every day, all day. And yeah, so that bothers me.
Scott Dudley works in Raymond, just miles from the Raymond Detention Center, and longtime resident Gloria Terrell says this is not an uncommon occurrence.
It's been happening all my life.
Sunday's head count showed 4 inmates missing after a breach in one of the cells and roof of the B-Pod. This is what officials call a classification area where inmates are housed before being placed in other areas of the detention center.
I'm not happy. It sounds to me like they're sloughing. They're not doing their job.
One stolen vehicle was recovered in Texas, but Hinds County Sheriff Tyree Jones believes some of the escapees are still in the central Mississippi area. Now residents want to know what is being done to prevent this from happening again.
I think they need to go in, evaluate the employees, the people that are running the prison, the jail, and the facility. Apparently it's not up to par.
Sheriff Jones says he has been working with his department and the Board of Supervisors to create a new escapee alert system at a Monday press conference.
We will be able to alert residents in Raymond and the nearby area regarding activities in the Hinds County Sheriff's Office as well.
The software, called a critical event management system, would notify nearby residents directly on their phones if something is happening at the detention center that is important for them to know about. The Hinds County Board of Supervisors said Wednesday they expect this to be fully functional by June. Grayson Gordon reporting for 16 WAPT News.
A legendary talk show host, Jerry Springer, has died. A family statement says Springer passed away peacefully this morning in Chicago. Springer was best known for his popular daytime television show, The Jerry Springer Show, which ran from 1991 to 2018. He also served as the mayor of Cincinnati in 1977. In recent years, Springer made a splash with his courtroom show, Judge Jerry, and enjoyed a successful podcast. There's no word yet on the cause of his death, as Springer was 79 years old. Stay with us. Straight ahead on 25 News Now at 5. The white woman who made accusations against Emmett Till in 1955 has died at the age of 88. Also ahead, the Massachusetts man charged in the murder of his wife on New Year's Day appeared in court this morning.
You want to have purpose, to unlock your full potential. Imagine a career that fits you. With the Pathways at Victoria College, you can take steps towards a high-paying career that fits you and your interests. Or save money by completing courses you need before transferring to a university to earn a bachelor's degree. No matter where you came from or where you are now, Victoria College will take you where you want to be. The world needs you. Are you ready? Victoria College. Enroll today.
Counterfeit prescription pills laced with fentanyl are killing our kids by the thousands across the nation. The pills look safe. Can you tell which one is real? Drug dealers are pushing these deadly pills on your kids' social media. It only takes one pill to kill. And it did. You can help stop the fentanyl epidemic. Talk to your kids about the dangers of counterfeit prescription pills. Visit onepillkilled.org.
When you don't keep your eyes on what you're doing, it can be downright dangerous to you and others, especially when you're behind the wheel. Put your phone down. Heads up, Texas.
The white woman who accused Emmett Till of making advances towards her is dead. A Louisiana coroner has confirmed Carolyn Bryant Donham died this week. She was 88. In 1955, she accused the 14-year-old of whistling and making advances toward her at a grocery store in Mississippi. Till was later kidnapped, tortured, and lynched by a white mob. Till's death became a significant moment in the civil rights movement after his mother insisted on an open casket at his funeral. The Biden administration confirmed a second American citizen died Tuesday in Sudan. The identity of the person wasn't released, but at least two medical organizations have said an American physician doctor died. This as fighting between two generals for control of the African nation approaches 2 weeks. The government announced the first U.S. citizen killed in Sudan last Thursday. National Security Council Coordinator for Strategic Communications, John Kirby, says the U.S. is working to get citizens out of the country.
Unfortunately, there's not a lot publicly we can say. I mean, we want to respect the privacy of the family, of course, so there's a limit to what we can publicly put out there. But we're very, very sad to hear that news. I mean, our thoughts and prayers continue to go out with that family as well. Look, we are focused on doing what we can to assist Americans who want to leave. Primarily, that's through ground routes right now, and we know that several dozens of Americans have been able to make their way to Port Sudan on ground routes that the U.S. military is providing overwatch using unmanned drones to kind of look at that. So we're going to continue to communicate with Americans that are in Khartoum and make sure that they have the best information possible.
At least 459 people were killed in Sudan so far. Doctors' organization and witnesses say medical facilities are being targeted in this fighting, but both sides have denied targeting hospitals. Now, more than 1.1 million people have died from COVID-19 in the U.S., and some health experts say pandemic mistakes that were made may have cost these lives.
Across the U.S., COVID-19 cases, hospitalizations, and deaths are trending down. But over the course of more than 3 years, the virus stole lives and made many severely sick.
We thought we were the best prepared country.
Dr. Anthony Fauci, former director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, says there were some successes over the pandemic, including the rapid development of the vaccine. But the U.S., one of the wealthiest nations on earth, racked up more than 1.1 million deaths from COVID-19, a death toll that outpaced those of most other countries. Fauci says 2 problems led to this: divisiveness of politics, which caused distrust in public health recommendations to get vaccinated and wear masks in public.
There was a lot of, opposition of do this, don't do this, people pushing back. Those people could not all be wrong. We've got to understand what the underlying reason why they were pushing back.
Fauci also says the U.S. public health departments and for-profit healthcare system are largely disconnected.
When it came to the implementation of public health, the uniformity of a response, the communication, the ability to get data in real time, we really fell very short.
But he says the lessons learned during this pandemic may help prepare us for future ones. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
New details emerged as the man accused of killing his wife on New Year's Day appeared in court today. Brian Walsh had bought several cleaning supplies before reporting Ann Walsh missing. Her items were found in a dumpster near his mother's home, along with a hacksaw with bone fragments on it. Several incriminating Google searches were also revealed, plus recovered cell phone data linked Walsh to areas where evidence was located. He now faces charges of first-degree murder, misleading a police investigation, and improper disposal of a human body.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. We are looking at some pretty nice looking weather out there tonight and tomorrow. Friday is looking good. It's Friday night and Saturday when another line of storms coming through, and we'll be talking about that in just a moment.
There's a powerful beast said to be roaming these woods. And if you listen carefully, you can hear it. And sometimes you can see its tracks. And every now and then, you get a quick glimpse of it.
Grandpa telling his stories again.
The 2023 Toyota Tundra. Better trucks make better stories. Toyota. Let's go places.
Smart shoppers wait for sales. Really smart shoppers don't miss a clearance sale. It's the final days of Lex Furniture Spring Clearance Sale. Hundreds of items on sale, hundreds of items in stock, all at huge savings up to 80%, like this 7-piece dining set, just $12.77. Plus, find super values throughout the store and no interest financing. So get in now. It's the final days to save during Lex Furniture Spring Clearance Sale, and it all ends Monday.
Texas? Now's the time to gear up and save on a new Ford SUV. Get great deals on our most capable lineup. Now with a great in-stock selection to choose from, like the spacious and tech-savvy Ford Expedition or Ford Explorer and Bronco Sport. Ford SUVs, #1 in brand loyalty. Drive Escape now with 0% financing plus $1,000 cash, plus up to $500 accessories cash, plus complimentary maintenance.
Ford is the best in Texas.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. If you could have slept through the thunder and lightning last night. It was fairly quick, and it's certainly nothing like it was in East Texas. And look at that! Looking pretty good out there in Cuero, where we got abundant sunshine, dry northwest winds, going to make things very comfortable for a couple of days. Actually, a day and a half. We're at 80 degrees. Feels like 82. The dew point's at 67, good visibility, and our winds are out of the northwest, and that makes all the difference in the world with the amount of humidity that we have in our area. We're going to go back 12 hours, and you can see that's now, and then we're going to go back up here. And that was 12 hours ago as a line came through. You see how it really thinned out, and then it reinvigorated down south. I think Corpus Christi had bigger rain than we did because of that secondary push of storm activity. And I know the folks in Tivoli did get some big thunder and possibly some hail as well. This courtesy of our friends down at the Emergency Operations Center in Refugio. They came in with Facebook and they had some pretty good looking hail there. I mean, you don't want to be outside under it, but it did occur last night as a storm system and early this morning as it came through. Where is it now? Where is that storm system? Look at that. It's all the way in Florida with the storm center up there and the trailing front down here. So that one's pretty much gone as far as we're concerned. Basically, it's going to be rolling into Florida within the next couple of hours. As far as we're concerned, it was not a big rainfall thing. Only 6,500s in North Victoria. We got Cuero at 62. El Campo had a little bit more, over an inch. Goliad didn't get much at all. Neither did Port O'Connor, but College Station did get 1.5 inches. And of course, even at the height of the storm in places like Waco, they only got 2.5 inches. So because it was moving so rapidly, they didn't get the big rainfall totals, and that's okay, all right? I mean, but you heard about 3-inch hail and grapefruit-sized hail coming down up in that part of the world. There's a storm from yesterday, really, already moving rapidly. Clear skies, looking real nice for today and most of tomorrow. But here's the next front. And you can see how it is going to be dropping down very rapidly. And you'd think, well, there's not enough moisture for that to trigger, but apparently it's going to bring its own little oomph, because there you see on Friday evening, another line of storms developing north of us. So it should be rolling through here on Saturday morning. And then this front, you'll really feel it, because this one's going to have stronger northwest winds, probably blowing to 25 miles an hour. It'll be very nice on Saturday afternoon once that blows away, but in the morning it'll be a little bit on the howling side. We, for tomorrow, are still under the threat of a slight chance of severe thunderstorms, so we're going to watch that carefully as that next system comes through. It's not until early on Saturday, so most of this would be late in the evening and on into the morning hours. All right, let's take a look at your 7-day. Lovely on Friday. Front comes in late overnight. Then early Saturday, we got the thunderstorms, and so we put out another alert day, because on Saturday morning, you're going to notice that. And then it clears up, and very nice for Sunday, Monday, and even Tuesday of next week. That's your 7-day forecast. Now, I want to remind everybody that we do have a QR code that we want you to scan and put Crossroads Today right on your cell phone, and you can take us wherever you want to go. All right, Karina, it's back to you.
Mac, thank you. Coming up next on 25 News Now at 5, we'll take a look at your stocks. Plus, a federal appeals court wants to break up Meta.
When you don't keep your eyes on what you're doing, it can be downright dangerous to you and others, especially when you're behind the wheel. Put your phone down. Heads up, Texas.
Meet the Jalitos Ranch Hunger Buster at DQ. Topped with pepper jack cheese, crispy Jalitos, and jalapeno ranch. It's the spicy, creamy sensation you have to taste to believe.
DQ, that's what I like about Texas.
H-E-B Meal Simple. Delicious, ready-made meals from recipes created by our chefs and ready in minutes. Like stuffed salmon with zucchini, spinach, and tomatoes, and hundreds more. For better, tastier meals, the answer is simple. Meal Simple, only at H-E-B.
Need weather around the clock? When the weather changes in the Crossroads, you need a reliable source. Visit Interactive Radar online for the latest conditions in the Crossroads area. CrossroadsToday.com. Weather at your fingertips. 25 News Now would like to invite you to experience our new digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV. Go to the link on your screen for more information on how to download.
Hi folks, Greg at Fuller Pep. A longtime customer talked to me the other day and told me they switched to a horse feed from another company because it was cheaper than ours. Before long, the shape of his horses deteriorated and one ended up at the vet. Our equine feeds are formulated to keep your horses in the best condition and maintain peak performance at any life stage. We're not the cheapest, but we sell a superior quality product at a fair price. And in my opinion, that's value. Come see us at Full of Pep.
Taking a look at your stocks, the Dow gaining 525 points, the S&P 500 gaining 80 points, and the Nasdaq gains 288 points. Oil up 46 cents, closing at $74.76 a barrel. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit tossed out an antitrust suit filed by New York and other states. The group was looking to unwind Meta's past acquisitions of Instagram and WhatsApp, but the three-judge panel ruled the states were years too late in filing their challenge. The states also failed to persuade the judges that Meta's data policies harmed competition. While it's a major victory for Meta, it's a blow for regulators who accuse the company of abusing its dominance. Meta still faces a similar lawsuit brought by the FTC. The Florida governor is blasting Disney's lawsuit against him. Walt Disney Parks and Resorts sued the governor, accusing him and his allies overseeing the company's special taxing district of violating the company's constitutional rights. Disney says it's a victim of targeted retaliation as a punishment for speaking out against his policies. The governor said the lawsuit lacked merit and says the new board for the special taxing district is all about simply accountability. Stay with us. We'll take one last look at your forecast. Plus, recent hurricanes may have unearthed a shipwreck very close to the shore of Florida.
News Center 25 at 6 and 10 is also heard on KVNN 1340 AM, Victoria's News Network.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text TB to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
When it comes to people you trust, you likely think of family, friends, and maybe even your neighbors.
When it comes to legal matters, people here in Victoria trust our firm at Colcole, Easley & Skiba.
Since 1954, we've been earning the trust of your family, friends, and neighbors.
And that's not only because we win cases, but because of our uncompromising client-first approach.
So regardless of what scenario you find yourself in, you deserve a team of trustworthy lawyers. You deserve Colcole, Easley & Skiba.
Hi, I'm Charlie Garcia.
And I'm Rico Garcia.
And we are USA Concrete Coatings.
If you're ready to upgrade your business, restaurant, garage, man cave, or porch, then you're ready for USA Concrete Coatings.
We'll have your floors looking flawless with our exclusive USA Concrete Coatings products. We'll ensure that your concrete coating is strong and durable. It's antimicrobial and comes with a lifetime warranty.
USA Concrete Coatings, from concrete to custom in just one day.
Need weather around the clock? When the weather changes in the Crossroads, you need a reliable source. Visit Interactive Radar online for the latest conditions in the Crossroads area. CrossroadsToday.com. Weather at your fingertips.
There's no way she'd stick around if she knew the truth. I'm a criminal.
It's just too dangerous.
Let's rock.
America's #1 news comes the all-new ABC News app. If you love being in the know, you're gonna love this. Experience the all-new ABC News app. Download it now.
She was barely alive. She had lost both ears, her nose, her cheeks, her upper lip, and her lower chin had been pulled away and was hanging.
He actually sprung off the ground, taking my head, going back and forth.
Jerking you around. He finally released.
Something fell on the ground, and it was my lips with my nose.
You could just see straight up through my nose and then just all my teeth.
New Dr. Phil.
Shipwreck. Last week, beachgoers noticed what might be a wreckage from a ship. Experts have known there was some sort of debris in that area, but it's only after Hurricane Ian and Nicole washed away up to 8 feet of sand that it revealed this wreckage. It's now thought it may be a shipwreck from as far back as the 1800s, and it might be up to 30 feet long. Researchers are asking people to stay away from the area while they investigate the scene. Do you think they'll find some gold in there?
Well, it's very possible.
Right?
I mean, all of that coast of Florida, all of those ships that sank had some sort of value in it.
Some loot, right?
Even if it's not gold, it's something valuable from back in those days. And you know why? What knocked hurricanes?
Yeah, that's right. And
hurricanes knocked all those ships out.
You were telling me one time that with the weather getting cooler, everything's unraveling.
Well,
some sort of things.
If it stays cool, in the Pacific, we shut down the amount of storms we get.
Oh, okay.
But we're getting warmer.
We are getting warmer.
So we're going to be increasing the amount of storms we get.
And with that comes all sorts of...
Yes, all kinds of really global weather phenomena is going to be changing on us. Well, we got a pretty good looking Thursday night. If you got outdoor plans, it's going to be gorgeous. I would go down to the golf course and, hit some balls off the range, or something like that. So your Friday's looking good until late at night, after midnight, Friday night, and into Saturday morning. We've got about an 8-hour period of stormy weather as another line comes through. The good news is by Saturday noontime, it all blows away, and Saturday evening will be good. But I put an alert there because all of you on Saturday morning will be going, hey, what's this again?
Well, we look forward to Sunday then.
Yes.
Alrighty, well, thank you for being with us. Remember, we're always on at Crossroads Today Plus, and we hope to see you back here tonight at 6.